Hi, I'm Marilyn Brummett, and of course, I have Leanne Navarro here with us today. Welcome to the No One is Homeless channel. We're so glad that you have joined us today. You know, this is the month of May, and the focus that we have as women, also on mothers, on Mother's Day. And all through the month, we want to honor women in general, mothers with children, and also even single women. The premise of this channel is for you to be able to hear the heart of those that are homeless, those that are nearly homeless and are really struggling. And we have quite a wonderful program for you today. We're going to be talking to a mom with 5 children that is out there, not on the street. She is struggling, though, financially so much that she doesn't have enough for food and to be able to pay rent and electric. And so it's quite a story, right, Leanne?
Yeah, I mean, Carmen's story, it's really something that we see, unfortunately, more and more, right? I mean, not necessarily homeless, but on the verge of being homeless.
Yes.
I mean, let's face it. She comes to our centers pretty much on a daily basis to get that meal, right? And lucky for us that we are able to provide a meal, a hot and nutritious meal, I may add, to the homeless individuals and also to struggling families in the case of Carmen. And we can see how she shares with us, with our community, that it's important for her to get that meal for her and her 5 children so that she can pay all the other basic needs.
Yes,
because
yes.
having a roof over your heads and paying for the electricity and paying for the water bill, those are important as well. I mean, we're not talking about toys or clothes, which sometimes can be, oh, if we have it, we have it. If we don't, we don't. But they do need electricity.
This is basic
Basic
here.
needs,
Yeah.
right.
This is like Maslow's theory. You know, you got to fulfill the basic needs of food, shelter, before you can do anything else. Let's cut away right now. Our other colleague, Tony Velasuso, is interviewing her outside and catching the family, you know, before they come in to eat. And so let's cut away to that interview with Carmen.
Tell us a little bit about what you and your family are going through.
At first, it was easy for us because we had a stable job. But as time went on, everything was changing. The pandemic came. Then work became unstable. There were fewer work opportunities. The children were being schooled at home. Then some jobs were lost, and it became difficult for us to move forward.
How were you able to overcome your situation?
We sought help from many organizations, as well as from people who had helped us before. What we really needed was not to lose the roof over our heads, to be able to pay for the utility bills, and most importantly, support the well-being of our children.
Have you been able to get a job back?
Yes, I was only able to get a part-time job. So that's my current situation.
How are you able to provide the necessities for your children?
Well, what I do every day is work to take care of my children. It is a driving force for me to move forward. God has been very good to us. Because despite the situation, He has opened doors for us in places like this and also in small organizations such as churches. So, He has helped us to overcome this and to move forward. Our needs are always like clothes, shoes, and other things. Sometimes, when we don't overcome the crisis, we continue to strive until we overcome it.
Have you ever had to resort to living in a car?
Nope. Thanks to God and all the help we have received, we have managed to survive and keep a roof over our heads.
What do you and your family come here for?
Well, we are looking for some necessities for my children such as shoes, clothing, and any food supplies. So we come here for dinner to have food, because this way I save money. And that little bit of money I save that I might have earned it by cleaning a house, I use it to pay for electricity, gas, or maybe to pay the rent.
What do you do to survive each day?
First of all, I hold on to the hands of God. As you can see, I'm here waiting for the doors to open, to go in and eat. This way I save that money and keep it to pay bills. So that's how we go from day to day. I do this for my children and to have a safe roof over our heads. So, thanks to the people, as you say, I want to say to the mothers that there are always people willing to help others overcome difficult situations, that there is hope, and to keep moving forward to find a solution.
What does the caring place mean to you?
It means a lot to me. It means a lot. It's a great help for which I am very grateful.
Would you like to say a few last words?
What I want to say to people who find themselves in this situation, even though it is very difficult, we must hold on to God's hand. This is the only way we can move forward. And yes, it is possible, and that hope is always in God.
Thank you very much for your courage sharing your testimony.
Thank you, the Caring Place.
Well, listening to Carmen, Leanne, it just, breaks my heart as a mom. I didn't have 5 children, but I did have 2 children, and I know what it is when you're thinking about your children and making sure that they're taken care of. And for her to have to make decisions of, I can't pay the electric bill, I won't be able to pay the mortgage, and to bring them to a center. And of course, she's eating with a lot of other homeless people. So, that would be a struggle as a mom. Should I do that? Is that safe? And thank God here at the Caring Place, I do believe that we, do provide that safe environment. But there's still a lot of people around. You can't provide safety 100% of the time. And so for her to make that choice, that's really
very,
difficult.
very brave.
Yes.
Right. And I know that she's eating and the children are eating, but she's also watching over them, right? Because you do have that fear, regardless of how safe our environment is. And kudos to our wonderful guest service assistants and people that we surround our guests with love, right? But things can happen.
Yes.
So brave that she is, because she understands that, I want them to go to sleep with something in their stomachs. So
And
it's a tough call.
What I also felt from her is a gratefulness.
Yes.
That there was that provision that was there, that in the community that she could take her children and they come and eat, not asking for any money, that just come and eat, have a nutritious meal, and be able to, because she is struggling. She's trying to, do the best she can, find the odd jobs, and be able to provide for her family. Well, there's another side to some of these stories, too, as we have women and children that come to our centers because they are homeless or they're fleeing a domestic violence situation. We have another, I want everybody to be able to hear this story of Jen, and both of us know Jen.
Yes.
And her struggles. But she really... she left with the clothes on her back, with her 4 children, car, enough gas money to travel, several states, and then came into a state she did not know anyone. And then for her to even have found us was a big thing. But she did. She did come in with her children. And she has a story. So it's nice to hear the other aspect of, okay, yes, there's someone out there still struggling, but I want people to also hear the other side of the story, someone who came in for help and really what happened to Jen. So I know you've talked to Jen.
Yeah, and you know what? What comes to mind every time I think of Jen, and I've met her, I know her story, and what comes to mind is never giving up and always wanting to do better for her and for her children. So that's what comes to mind. Every time I think of her, every time her image comes to my mind is a story of I'm not giving up. And it's not because I'm in this situation that I'm going to stop. This is someone that, education-wise, she continued to fight for that better life.
Yeah. And something, she really developed a wonderful relationship with the Lord while she was here. And when I would see her, she'd be carrying her Bible. And she just had such a bright smile. But let's cut away and let's listen to Jen talk about her experience, what she's gone through, fleeing domestic violence, and also being here at the Caring Place.
Hi, my name is Jen. I would like to tell you a little bit about my journey. I am currently right now a woman of the Caring Place. Let me tell you a little bit of my journey, how I got here and how I got to be the person I am today. I was an 11-year-old domestic violence relationship. I had 3 abusers. It was a mother, son, and daughter duo. I lived many years of abuse. It was physical, emotional, and all the abuses you can think of. After a while, I got tired of living the life that I was living, and I asked God to get me out of there, so He did. And in that instant, I took the moment. I was a resident of Las Vegas. I lived there for about 3 years or so. I took all the strength that I had in me, and I packed up all my personal belongings, my 4 children, from the ages of 13 all the way to 3 years old. At the time, she was 2, my smallest. And I got in my car and drove within a time frame of a week. I didn't have a destination per se in my head. I ended up in Miami. Me and my children were staying in a park, and we took showers there. We ate there until I ran out of money. I was no longer able to afford anything, and the heat was extreme. And the saddest part for me was looking at my kids crying. I couldn't do that as a mother. So I started calling around to shelters as last resort, and that's when the Caring Place answered. And I remember the first thing I said to them was, take my kids. Don't take me, but take my kids. And they told me, no, we don't want that. We want all of you to be together. So that's how I ended up at the Caring Place. I came, and I was very surprised and blown away because it wasn't a building, it was a home. And when my children went in there, they were like, oh, Mom, is this our new house? And I was like, no, this is where we're going to be in the meantime. We have our own room. We have our own beds. Each one of us has a bed. We can cook. And I remember sitting there thinking, this is the start of my new life. It's scary, but God brought me all the way here. What the Caring Place has done for me is given me back hope. It has given me the smallest thing that you take for granted every day, such as a bank account, rest, eat. It has also given me a new chance at my life. I have since then changed my life a lot. I have made many changes in my life, including from my appearance, the way that I used to dress, even to my emotional state. That has been able to be a gift from me from the Caring Place because it has been able to give me the chance to work on that. And also the people who pour in their time to make us, be new again. And I have been able to, because of the Caring Place, since I've been getting all my rest, and I've been, just being cared for so much, I've been able to graduate school. I integrated my nursing program, which has been a plus. I've gotten a new job. I've gotten rid of all my past problems, and I have been able to tackle them along with the skills that I have learned from being in the Caring Place. So I would like to say thank you because that has been a wonderful change for me. I am the woman I am today because of the Caring Place. Where I see myself in the future now after I leave the Caring Place, I would like to have my own business. I love to cook. I love to cook, and everyone in my house can agree that I'm eating my food. I would love to have my own business and have my own restaurant or my own little food truck. And the Caring Place has given me the chance to at least have a new leash on life and be able to do all these things that I thought I couldn't do before. They have given me that liberty back and that happiness, and especially my children have had that security, have had that mom that they always wanted, but they never could have because of our circumstances. And I just want to say thank you to the Caring Place and all the people who volunteer, give their time, all the people who do all these wonderful things for us, because you're looking at a product of what the Caring Place has done.
Well, Jen had quite a story, and as she has graduated and moved on, we know that she's still doing well. And this is just one of the stories. And, there are so many women that are fleeing situations that are very, very difficult. And, you see the struggle where they keep trying to make it work. And they finally get to a point where they just know that it's not going to work, and they have to make a change. But thank God, here at the Caring Place, we're there to help many, many women. We can't help everyone, But, you know, if you remember the starfish story, as the son and the father was walking down the beach, and there was so many starfish that had washed up on shore, and the little boy kept, casting this one out and that one out. Finally, the father says, it's too big of a problem. You can't save them all. And the little boy had the presence of mind to say, as he casts out the next one, but I can save this one. Yeah. And I think that's the way we feel here at the Caring Place. We might not be able to save everyone, and I don't think that any one place can. But it is a community, and here at the Caring Place, we want to make it a safe place. In the month of May, that is really a special month. And this is Mother's Day, and we want to make our women feel special. We want to do things for them that are impactful and feel that they are honored. And Leanne, I know you really work hard at making so many things happen for our women and children.
Yes, because we want them to feel special. We want them to feel that love from our community, from our donors, from our supporters, our volunteers, right? Our staff. We want them to know that Mother's Day is here. And this whole month, we're going to do different events. We're going to do different special dinners, maybe a spa day. We're going to give you a rose. We're going to make you feel like $1 million. Maybe a makeup artist will come.
Yes.
I mean, we want to make sure that they feel that love, because when you don't do that, I mean, they're already going through a lot, right? And thinking about the next step, what is next for them. And so when they see that we take care of those things that they would not normally think about, it's not like, oh, Mother's Day is doomed in 2024 because of what I'm going through. No, we're going to be right there with you, especially because we know that when they go from our centers, right, and they're independent and they're self-sufficient, I know many that come back to volunteer because they remember what it felt like. So this month, I mean, and I know that we want everyone, if you're watching and you're already supporting what we do, thank you. But if you're not, we want to talk to them, right? We want to give them opportunities for you to get involved if you want to.
Right, and our website is caringplace.org, and you can always, check it out and see all the different things that are happening here at the Caring Place. We have various campuses, so we're kind of spread out because we're helping people in various counties, and we just want to be at that place where people can walk to, or, but nowadays you find a lot of people finding you through website, even the homeless, believe it or not. I mean, every day I am forwarding web inquiries to our various centers, letting them know there's a person that is asking for help. Leanne, I know you've got plans, and you're always, like you said, spa day. I always think those are pretty cool. Their nails are being done, some pedicures, manicures, hairstylist comes out, makeover, and it really is a spa day. And to see the women, and we also make this special for our single women. And yes, I know it's Mother's Day, but we don't want to exclude any of our women, make them all feel very, very special. But you have these wonderful volunteer groups, and of course we have so many volunteers that come to the Caring Place and want to help in some way. And a lot of our women who come, when they find out that we have these special focus groups, Girlfriends for Girlfriends, Cover Girls, and there's a whole story behind how that all started. But it's like they band together, volunteers that did not know each other. They band together over a cause. A cause of helping women and children. And you just have to spend just a minute or two here and talk about, what does Cover Girls and Girlfriends for Girlfriends do?
Absolutely. Two amazing groups of women volunteers. They volunteer their time to focus on doing activities and benefiting. Everything that we do is focused on helping women and children, right? That doesn't mean that we don't help in other areas. Of course we do. But Cover Girls and Girlfriends for Girlfriends, their main focus is to help women and children. And so a little difference in between them. Cover Girls is more focused in women that are currently in our centers. And then Girlfriends for Girlfriends are the women that used to be, but now have graduated, left the centers, and now they're independent and self-sufficient, but they still need a friend.
Yeah, and girlfriends for girlfriends, they know they do all those housewarming parties. So they end up having all these housewarming gifts. So when the women move out as a graduate, hopefully with a job and safe and affordable housing, that they then go to them and they actually visit them and say, I have housewarming presents for you.
It's a friend.
And who doesn't want housewarming presents? And they give them new items.
Yes.
Now, the Caring Place helps people set up in their new housing with furniture and different things. But the girlfriends, they're giving them new coffee pot, towels, sheets,
A microwave, a
Yeah.
toaster oven. You name it, because they're little gifts, right? They're very special because, number one, they're new, but it's coming from my girlfriend, right?
Yes.
I always say that many women became homeless and then being abused, but the reason why they end up at a center is because they have no family support. They have no friends support. So when they leave our centers, not a lot of things have changed in that regards.
Yeah.
So how wonderful that they know now that they have an extended family.
Yes.
They have a new friend. So if you want to learn more, I know we're limited in time, but we are so happy to tell you, if you want to know more, please visit our website and let us know that you want to know more.
That's right. And Cover Girls, they do all those events and birthday parties, baby showers.
Quinceañeras.
Oh my gosh, that kind of went worldwide. We had several of those. And talk about the Cover Girls. They did every aspect. They did the planning of the theme and the dress for the girl and
The
the
dresses.
makeup and the photo shoot and all of that. Now, can you imagine? You have your quinceañera. You're at a homeless center, but hey, those girls you didn't see any of that. All you saw was the beauty behind it, the pageantry.
Yes.
And can you imagine that volunteers, they banded together as Cover Girls and they say, how can we help change lives? How can we help women and children feel special and know that people care no matter where they are?
Totally. Yeah.
Well, so we want people to get involved, and if you're in the community, in the Miami-Dade Broward area, you can go to caringplace.org. And if you want to check out like Cover Girls and Girlfriends for Girlfriends, we have landing pages. It's caringplace.org/cover. And caringplace.org/G for G, and get involved. And I know, Leanne, you're always going to place people in the volunteer place where they're going to make a difference and know that they're making a difference. So your time, your talent, your treasure, you can always get involved with helping financially. I know with Cover Girls, you have those that give monthly, and even with Girlfriends, they do that too. In fact, Girlfriends, the money goes to help raise money for safe and affordable housing. That's their focus. And your focus is to help women we need the finances to take care of them while they are here at the Caring Place. And so, and Cover Girls, they see where the money's going because they see the outcome. They see the women come in. So I hope today, as you have experienced, the interview with Carmen, who is struggling out there, not saying I can't meet the expenses of rent, utilities, mortgage, and food and clothing. And so that way she has a place to come and be able to bring her children and have a nutritious meal. We need to know what that struggle is out there in the community. When we talk about it, we hear about it, but to hear the voice of that woman saying, this is why I'm here today. It does put a different emphasis, and I don't want to say spin so much, but to know it's real. There is a real struggle, and as a community, we want to come together, and we want to provide that experience for our volunteers and our supporters, that they can come as close as they want to help in that situation. And it truly is. It's not about the hand out. It really is about the hand up. And you can see that here at the Caring Place. Well, Leanne, it's been a wonderful time here together talking about about these things. I hope as you listen to our channel here, the No One Is Homeless channel, please, hit the button, subscribe, like us, make a comment, come alongside of us, and it is going to help us to be able to get that message out there even stronger, that more and more people can hear. And each time we come together on this channel, we want to provide a new story for you to be able to hear. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you again real soon.